What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in. Let's talk just a tiny bit of basketball because the former Suns players are having a week on social media. Kevin Durant just going crazy about having to open up the season now with the Rockets going to Oklahoma City, a team that he was the franchise player for and wasn't able to get him over the hump, and then they win the title. They're going to hang a banner with him in attendance. The NBA is nothing if not petty. The guy's making the schedule. Chef's kiss. Well done, because that'll be incredible over there. But he went off on a bunch of people. But that's not even the guy I want to talk about. Apparently, the Suns just have all these guys that are old heads that can't help themselves right now. What is Bradley Beal talking about? In case you missed it, he decided to have a bit of a sit-down interview, and in one of the points, they're asking questions about deciding to go to the Clippers, this, that, and the other, and he makes the comment that he wanted to go to the Clippers because, quote, "I need a ring." What are you talking about? Does he know the history of the Clippers? Does he have any idea what has happened with that franchise? And nothing good. Nothing good at all. Last year, this past season, they lose in the first round of the Nuggets. Season before that, they lose in the first round of the Mavericks. Season before that, they lose in the first round to, oh, by the way, the Suns. Season before that, they don't make the playoffs. You got to go back to 2020, 2021 to the last time they won a playoff series, and they made it to the Western Conference Finals. And I don't have to remind all y'all what happened there. Ran into the Suns. They lost that one as well. This team has never been one that you associate with making playoff runs with a team that is trying to compete for a title. And I don't care how many of the 2005 All-NBA players they decide to throw in this roster, now bringing in Chris Paul. As long as you got James Harden with the way that he kind of falls apart in the postseason, and as long as you got Kawhi Leonard with knees that are falling apart, I don't trust it. They got some good bigs. You go out and get Brook Lopez added to that. You got Zubac still. But everything about this team screams desperation, screams it's going to fall horribly on its face, and that these guys are all going to prove to be too old and not make it to the finish line, and then next year they're going to have to blow it up. Ballmer is trying so hard to keep this window open, and he just keeps spending more and more money. Does that remind you of anything? Does that remind you of a guy, I don't know, Phoenix fans, that decided he had to make a splash and had to try and get desperate and make something, so he swung for the fences? Oh, weird. Bradley Beal was in that one, too. A little bit more detrimental of a trade there. But what is he talking about? The Clippers are not a team that competes for titles. They never have been. If he wanted to compete for a title and he was going to accept the contract that he did, which is pennies on the dollar, I mean, $10 million for like 2 years, he could have got that from the Lakers. Same type of deal. A lot of, you still got LeBron's role, but like, if you want to compete, that's a team that has a reasonable chance of competing for a title. He could have got that deal for a lot of teams. I don't think that, the Thunder would have been interested. He could have went to the Timberwolves for that. He could have went to the Rockets for that. There's a bunch of teams. He could have went to New York for that. That would have loved to have had a guy that could still get you 20 points. Whether or not he gives up a lot of it back on defense, that's not the case. But like, those are teams that are at least going to have a legitimate chance of winning it. I don't know who's looking at the Clippers anymore and thinks they have any shot of competing. This was the healthiest that Kawhi has been in maybe since Toronto, and they didn't get out of the first round. They played every card right about resting during the regular season to try and have him healthy during the postseason. Didn't matter. Still had James Harden going crazy during the regular season, postseason. craps out, and then, that's the end of that story. And you got good contributions from other places too. And it wasn't even enough to win you a first round series. What are we doing? We really think that is the team to win a title? Like, there's just gotta be it's part of it, I guess, is what else are you supposed to say other than like, I want to win a title, I want to come here, blah blah. But like that would be something that you would say if you went to Minnesota, a team that has made it deep runs the last couple of years, is on the brink, and it looks like they need another piece to maybe get over the hump. You go there, people are like, yeah, you guys are competing for a title. I could see it. You go to New York, yeah, I could see it. The teams he was rumored to be kind of around with, that ain't it. This like the idea of he was at the Suns, that wasn't really going to happen there. The Clippers, that I don't think that's going to happen. Um, Whether if he was going to go back to the East Coast and look at Miami, some of the other teams that there was some thought that might be interested. The ones that he was looking at, I don't think are competing for titles. And it's not like he's going for money. It was only $10 million. All the money that he's going for is the buyout that he took from the Suns. How much money? Almost $100 million to just go somewhere else and pick wherever you want to play. So if you're just going to pick wherever you want to play and you know you're going to get paid, that would make no sense. Even like San Antonio would have been a more reasonable pick. Who thinks this Clippers team has who has any faith in this Clippers team? Every move that they have done this offseason screams of desperation. We've got one last chance at this. Not a functional franchise that is consistently competing for titles. It is, man, I hope this works, because if it doesn't, we're out of mooks. That's where they're at right now. What's to talk about? You guys tell me. I thought that was a ridiculous statement to make. What are we doing?